Tim Cook is the latest CEO to question the metaverse. Is he? I feel like he's questioned the metaverse before. He's very anti-Zuck.
He's very AR as well.
They just don't seem like pals to me.
No.
After the whole ad thing and the privacy prompts, I'm getting a ton of those prompts since I picked up that iPhone. You wanna share anything with this app? You want to share your personal identity with this app? You look at it, and it's a weird psychological test and study. Like, who is going to click yes? Right? The way they make it sound, like it doesn't say this app has enhanced features that require access to whatever. It's
very yes or no.
Exactly. It's binary, and it has a negative connotation. Which I think that's not surprising. I think for most people, we're inundated with requests for our information. And what does Apple care? Ultimately, they want to play up the privacy component, and they get to seem like, because they're in control of the software, they get to seem like and be the hero in the situation. So who cares? But anyway, it's obviously led to tremendous beef between
Zuck.
Apple and Facebook, Apple and Meta.
Yeah.
And the metaverse is supposedly the next battleground for companies of this caliber and scale. While Meta funnels billions into CEO Mark Zuckerberg's pitch for the metaverse, Apple CEO Tim Cook thinks most people couldn't even define the metaverse, let alone spend long periods of time living their lives inside of it. I always think it's important that people understand what something is, Cook told Dutch publication Bright via Google Translate, and I'm really not sure the average person can tell you what the metaverse is. In other words, despite persistent reports of Apple's interest in building all manner of AR and VR hardware, Cook isn't ready to claim that the company is working towards any so-called metaverse.
He's not wrong.
Tim? No, I don't think the average person has a description. I don't even know that you and I have a description of the metaverse.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, it's because there's so many different interpretations of it. To one company, it's a place that you exist permanently or some substitute for reality, and for others it's some major crypto haven.
Buying digital land.
Yeah, there's that component. For others, it's meeting up with friends and doing virtual bowling. And for
raves.
For others, it's like, I think there's a stitched together version of it where there's multiple players, and it's almost like video games where it's
like Fortnite
versions of it.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see, I guess, whichever version of the metaverse prevails, or if we even call it that once we get there. So you're right. There is some truth to what he's saying. There's some mass confusion going on at the moment. But Mark Zuckerberg has a different view. Earlier this year, the Meta CEO told his employees that the company is in a very deep philosophical competition with Apple to build the metaverse. He said Apple called him out by name. This is a competition of philosophies and ideas where they believe that by doing everything themselves and tightly integrating that they can build a better customer experience, Zuckerberg said, contrasting what he says is Apple's closed approach with Meta's more interoperable development, which sounds more like what Microsoft did with Windows once upon a time. And you know how Apple is. They keep the cards close to the chest, whether we're talking about the Apple Car or an eventual play in AR, VR, or their own version of a metaverse. So it's not like they would be extremely public with it. And it's totally understandable that Tim Cook would have lips sealed and basically say, I don't even know what he's talking about, that Zuckerberg guy. People don't even understand what this is.
Yeah, obviously he's going to downplay his competitors.
You can downplay.
You know?
You can,
in a very subtle way.
You can play poker. You can downplay.
He's bluffing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Apple will build whatever the customer eventually wants, however and wherever they think they can integrate a product into their existing ecosystem of products. I mean, their headset seems to be well leaked at this point. In the car, I mean, they're hiring executives. This stuff is going on, and that's away from their typical core competency. I mean, you got a Tesla with the bot, although I think you're getting there soon. We're not going to go there quite yet. That's the next story.